It was supposed to be a night to remember, the party of the year. Tond, Uche, Kemi, and Bimbo had no idea it would be the night everything changed. The invite had come through WhatsApp, a big party hosted by some wealthy guy in Lekki. No one knew him directly, he was just a friend of a friend. But when Kemi, the wild one, saw it, she was instantly in. "We are going," she said, practically pulling the rest of them along. By 10 p.m., they pulled up to a massive house lit up like a music video. Music boomed from every corner, and cars were lined up on the driveway. They parked, feeling the energy and excitement, and joined the line of guests at the entrance. When they stepped inside, it was like another world, everything glowed, people danced like they were possessed, and servers handed out free drinks. They found a place to sit and just soaked it all in. After a while, the host, Damola, a young, intense guy with a smooth Lagos accent, came over to introduce himself. He welcomed them, introduced them to his friends, and handed them drinks. "Tonight is all about you enjoying yourself," he grinned. As the night wore on, they got separated. Kemi was the first to wander off, already tipsy and chatting with Damola's friend, a tall, quiet guy named Bill who didn't say much but watched everything. Ton found himself talking with a girl from the mainland, and Bimbo and Uche stayed near the bar, downing shots. Then things started to feel strange. It was around 1 a.m. when Ton checked his pocket and realized his phone was missing. He'd had it just moments ago, or so he thought. He went back to the living room, searching everywhere, but it was gone. Meanwhile, Uche and Bimbo started noticing that people were leaving, slipping out of the party one by one without saying goodbye. They figured the crowd was just thinning out, but the vibe of the party started to feel eerie. Just then, Ton found them again, looking stressed. "Kemi's not picking her phone," he said. "I think we should check on her." The three of them went through the rooms in the house, searching for Kemi. They tried calling her, but her line was unreachable. Their panic grew as they realized she was nowhere to be found. Bimbo's phone buzzed suddenly. It was a message from Kemi. It read just one word: help. They rushed upstairs, where they found a long, dark hallway that led to a staircase at the end. It was silent, the music muted, as if they had stepped into a different world. Then, at the bottom of the stairs, they saw her. Kemi lay there, sprawled out, her face twisted in terror, her eyes wide open. She wasn't moving. Bimbo screamed, her voice piercing through the silence. Ton stumbled back, unable to believe what he was seeing. Uche dropped to his knees, reaching out, but he knew she was gone. Before they could react, the front door swung open, and two men entered. They were dressed like security, but something was off. One of them looked at Kemi's body and then up at them with a blank, cold expression. "What happened here?" he asked flatly, as if this was routine for him. We don't know. We just found her like this," Uche stammered, his voice shaking. "Please, we need help. Call someone." The man stared at them without a word, then looked at his partner. After a tense silence, he said, "The police will be here soon. You need to stay." The police finally arrived, and the friends spent the next few hours answering questions, each trying to make sense of what had happened. They told the officers about the strange party, the missing people, and Kemi's last text. The detectives listened, nodding, but their eyes held a suspicion that made them feel like suspects. As dawn broke, the police told them they could go. But as they were leaving, one of the officers called Ton back, handing him Kemi's phone. "We found this in the basement," he said quietly, his eyes unreadable. Ton looked down at the phone. The last photo in her gallery was blurry, but he could make out two figures. One was clearly Kemi at the top of the staircase, looking terrified. And behind her, in the shadows, was Beo, watching her. And next to him, barely visible but unmistakable, was Damola. Shaken, Tom looked up, but the officer had already turned away. When he looked back at the house, the lights had gone off, and the door was shut, as if the place had swallowed every trace of them ever being there. They left in silence, knowing deep down they'd never get answers. And as they drove away, Tom's phone buzzed with a new message. It was from an unknown number. The message simply said, "See you next time."